Good evening. Part 2. Yeah, that one was just like 15 minutes, and then I tell you guys, with my technical difficulties and the lack of like equipment that I don't have, and then the memory space that I don't have, and then the constant like, it's just a pain in my ass. I'm trying to keep the videos like shorter because I find like I'm able to upload them better, and even sometimes I have difficulties with that. So I get, all of this, like, the stuff that I need. I'm still going to continue to keep recording. I find that makes me feel good to keep persisting, because I have allowed so many times for just even, the things that I want to complete for myself to not get done due to the lack of having all the things that I feel like I need to be able to get this done, you see, you know what I mean? Which, hence why it took so many years to even just record. You can call it guides, you can call it whatever you want on this ride. The intuit inside, the inner rhymes, the voice inside. For a very long time, you're like, record, share, everything that you say to yourself, by yourself, out loud. The way that I, started to try to be comfortable with myself. I had to get with myself. Like, I've always talked to myself, and they're like, oh, she's crazy. And then to say something like that, here judging myself and feeling like, well, I do talk to myself. Like, that's real. Like, you know what I mean? And then learning to distinguish between, when people be like, oh, you hear voices. And, even though poetically I may say, oh, the voices in my head and stuff like that, it's really not like that. Although I've had occurrences where, how sometimes even like when you are asleep and then you hear your name called out, let's say, and I know that we all have experienced this level of hearing outside our heads ourselves or something like that, right? Where you're like kind of like shifting and you're about to wake up, and then you hear like outside of your sleep somebody say your name, like Jennifer, or like, and you be like, wait a minute, that was near my ears, something like that. So to have that level of kind of experience and unexplained, because you don't know what that is, people can speculate. They can be like, oh, you was, waking up from this level of dream REM sleep, and so the brain, was still, just like when they talk about like, the sleep paralysis, and how if somebody wakes up from that state of sleep and they can't move their legs because they're in that state, their body's still in that state of sleep, and how frightening that can be for somebody that doesn't know, and then they are still kind of like in a dream state, and so may bring that dream state into their reality state, and then have this like spooky kind of experience, and then have no explanations for it. So they don't look at the science side of it, and and then the spiritual side of it, and they just they just take the fear-based side of it, and like, that was scary, and then don't want to have an experience like that again because they scared the shit out of themselves, like, you know what I mean? I've done frightening stuff like this, you see, which has caused stagnation for me, because there were certain experiences that I have that go really deep, that feels frightening, but that's because we don't know, and the overthinking, we allow that to grow, and you're like, no, and so because of fear, you don't find out for yourself, and you go off of what is being told to you. So how do you really know anything? You know what I mean? So that's just something deep that I had to, let sink in and seed in. But anyways, this accountability thing. So that's why I was saying before that it doesn't matter what brings you to begin your journey. Even like for the people that are experiencing twin flames experiences, the twin flame, although don't get me wrong, I am not here to debate a belief of a twin flame experience. I have my own understanding that is still growing and evolving of my understanding of this twin flame experiences due to my own personal experiences and just having a wild, far out experience that is only now after, here are we in 18? Now this marks the 7th year since that wild, far out, like what the fudge happened experience that when I was trying to understand it and I was searching and typing in my own kind of experience of what the hell is going on here, that I came across the twin flame experience, soulmate, and then because I connected with that and because what I was reading and what I was encountering felt like what I was looking for, like what I had just experienced, like, which then made me like, oh my god, is this twin flame story like true? And you know, which is the muse of inspiration behind my first book that I published, that's on Amazon, The Darker Night Light of My Soul, which is poetic wishy-wash mess all over the place. I make no sense. I haven't even read the book back yet because there were so many things going on with the publishing of that book that I was at a different like graduation point of my journey that had to finally complete something that's mine, that I'm proud of, let go of, you know, the extra editing or like editing and just produce something, do it, like let go of the fear, let go of what other people think, let go of everything, get this done. This was long overdue. Like the book was supposed to have been published months earlier and I had finally set like a date and I was sticking to it, and so I did it. And that was rewarding in many evolutionary ways for me, that I have grown since then too. But like still that inner critic in me towards myself, I'm still working on. And so because the book, and then my stubbornness at the time, refusing to identify with the twin flame line, didn't even mention anything or state in this production of a book that this was my idea, or it didn't even state anything about the twin flame experience, because it's pride again, and ego, and me refusing to associate with anything that I'm not too sure of anyways, because I know that there's more to this and I'm not gonna like just jump up to all of this, especially when, you know, you read and observe other people's stories and reactions. I'm like, okay, this is like a ripple effect of like this kind of thing, like what is this kind of thing, but hey, you know, this thing did occur, like kind of thing. And just, you know, understanding that I wasn't stopping there, but I wasn't sharing it either. It is only now, after months of a year, I don't even remember what freaking year I published that, that I'm starting to, that I even mentioned that it's the beginning stages of the process of my own perception or idea of this twin flame journey. And the entire book, I know, it's just poetic madness. With no like plot, no setting, no even the back part of the book doesn't match what the inside of the book is. And so, like, I'm letting that go because that was part of some other kind of growth. But I'll probably change and just say it's just poetry. It's a poetry book. But the second book that's supposed to come out tied to that is, you know, The Darker Night, Light of My Soul, Part 2, Death Becomes Her. Now this one, which is barely written, because I swore that I had it already written, and I haven't even touched it because I'm working on like so many other kind of things. This one is supposed to be clearer, where it's more sensible. Okay, so this is going on 11 minutes. Maybe this is gonna be a part 3, guys.